Hey everybody, it's me again, Kale, and we're here once more playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Last time we left off, we were about to write our third poem? Yeah, third poem. And, you know, practice for the school festival. Gotta be ready for it. It's an important event. And yet, despite all the warnings this game has given me, I got to see anything that's truly disturbing. Give it time. Alright, let's see here. I'm just gonna write from the heart. I'm just gonna write from the heart. The vivacious existence leads to a lucky fantasy. Depression captivates. The inferno of childhood. Caged, yet dreaming of flying. Time whispers in the agonizing nature. Special treasures. Disoriented, yet unrestrained. I giggle. And boop. I don't know, I just always saw boop and I wanted to use it somehow. That made no sense to me. Don't worry, you're not alone. Oh man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival, too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Huh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? Huh? I didn't say I didn't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monika. I don't know Japanese well enough, apparently. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Oh. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Monika's getting real meta on me all of a sudden. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I have my hand in front of her face. Huh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Is everything alright? Of course! Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Alright. If you say so. Don't worry, me girl. You're still my friend. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monika if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monika, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Kale, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into it, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? Can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monika appears across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you. Kale. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, she's never really liked this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it. No. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. You sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. You sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Kale. Me? How on earth would you come up with that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know. She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light has turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it's always been. You're funny, Kale. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? Damn, you've got a point. I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I think I just muddled up my pure Yuri run. That's alright, I'd have felt bad if I left somebody behind. I still feel bad about Natsuki. This is why I don't get women. I always feel bad. Anyway, moving on. I don't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monika smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my mind. Monika stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit down myself. I know Sayori told me not to worry about it, and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her, and I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. There's nothing I can do besides wait for Monika. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. She looks away just as quickly, with a flustered look on her face. Aww. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord. So I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in the one next to her. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax. You didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? Girl, you give me way too much credit. There's not much thought that goes on up here. How are you even able to tell I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. I guess you were right. Sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the only the concern of those who willingly share in the concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not a big deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today. When I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh. That's quite romantic. Meh? Sorry. I didn't mean to say something stupid. That's not that. I just didn't want to misunderstand you. Sayori and I have just been friends for so long. That's all. I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings? Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Kale, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. So you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside of her. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today, too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying her thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Oh, your expression is gentle and... Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Sometimes a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware of, were in you. And that is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. So I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some more reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. She did tell me not to worry. Hey, Monika's handling it. We got this. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monika calls out the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monika, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Hey, Natsuki. You still mad at me? Yeah, no thanks. You didn't even... Next! Man, I really burned that bridge, didn't I? Ouch! That actually hurts a little bit. Sorry, Natsuki. Is there any way I can make it up to you so we can at least still be friends? I want to see your manga collection. Let's talk to Sayori real quick. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you didn't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about that, I think. But what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone... I wrote this from the heart! I wasn't thinking about anybody else this time. I was just freeform riffing. It was great. Probably Yuri. I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe that's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Kale. Sayori. Is there something wrong? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit earlier today. Sayori, I said I'd walk with you! I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Well, now I feel bad about a lot of people. At least I can always trust Yuri to be happy with me. I hope. Ah. Decided to try something different today? I guess so. Is that good or bad? Well, neither. I have my preferences. But it would be unfair of me to call something good or bad based on that. As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Mostly because I pretty much disappointed everybody else in the class. Except Monika. But then again, you know, she's pretty open about everything. Except what she's doing. Eh? Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Eh? For me to have become some whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. Damn it, Yuri, you're fine. It's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. It just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking. Being disliked. Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Oh, let's move on. Alright. You want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. Thank goodness, at least someone's still sharing their poems with me. Beach! Oh, jeez. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface, under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss. But beneath gray, rolling clouds and endless enigma, the easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, But where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle, yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line. Tempted by the foamy tendrils, turn back, and I abandon my peace to a road at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. Yeah, Hitsuga already told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. Wait, Natsuki told me something? Natsuki's been pretty non-talky to me as of late. Are you sure? I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles, or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request, but well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I can agree with that. Thanks for sharing. Also, if next time you talk to Natsuki, you can maybe tell her to ease the frick off of me. Girl's been so judgmental of late. Alright, Monika. You gonna get meta on me again? You worry me, girl. Hi, Kale. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at your poems. Today's poem. Sure. I like this one. You like all of them! And yet, she barely even looked at it. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. Maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like the two of you really care about each other. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you thought. So, I think that's the kind of vibe I get when I'm reading your poem. I'm sure you're not reading into it too much. I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing is kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring her with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's actually kind of unexpected. Well, to each her own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you right now. Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky, until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and fall, and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back aloft, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get all philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? There's one thing I noticed. Seems like everyone in this club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Ah, yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, good. She didn't get meta on me. I feel a bit safer all of a sudden. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. It's just me. Or did you say something strange just now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase, addressing the club. Catchphrase? And there's the meta. I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Huh? Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to... Uh-oh. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayuri isn't here. It seems you're right. Sayuri always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times not to go home... Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No! First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayuri. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything is fine. What'd she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so... What'd she say? You just blow me off. Why is everyone blowing me off? I didn't even have an intimate time with Yuri today. Something's amiss. Something... is very amiss. Let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki would be making cupcakes. We might need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri... Yuri, you can... Guys? Can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No! It's not like that. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit. But I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. Whoa! Yuri's expression suddenly changes. She stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Mine is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Kale. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give them a hand. You could always help me out as well. Be really appreciative of that. That's... Is Monika suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? Oh no! How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give you. It's not like Monika's going to give me a choice. And you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Kale may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So, therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that! How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Kale to... What are you saying? It would be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Kale to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure if he's interested... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Jeez. Did we just settle this already? Yeah. Kale, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case... Ooh, and there's also Sayori on there, too. Well, I'm gonna take Monika's second level of advice and save. And then... we will save this for the next episode, where I make a choice that will probably determine the outcome of events to unfold from here on out. Will I stick with Yuri, who has always been entertaining for me? Will I try and rebuild a bridge once burned with Natsuki? Will I take the middle ground and just go with Monika in order to not cause civil war amongst the literature club? Or will I go check on Sayori to make sure she's okay? Options. And if you're enjoying my current crises, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe down below. As per usual, I would like to ask that there be no spoilers, as I'm going to continue playing this anyway, so spoilers only hurt the comment section. And if you got anybody else who might enjoy another playthrough of this, please feel free to share. And as always, you have yourselves a frabjous day, and I'll see you in the next literature adventure. Later.